Hey guys, I'm sitting here on the porch on a kind of coolish, damp day today here in E. And thought I'd tell you a little bit about my Volkswagen that I said in the previous videos. It was a 65 Volkswagen Baja. Had big tires in the back, had the stinger coming up, from the engine. And it's a 40 horse, 4-speed, of course. And it's a pretty cool old car, I bought new tires for it, saved up. I think I was poor as dirt. I saved up and got some recaps. That's all I could afford. And I drove that thing back and forth to work. I was married to my second wife at that time. And, she had the car. She had our main car, a 77 Olds Cutlass. And she, would take kids to school and all that, and I drove the Volkswagen. Well, in the wintertime, it was pretty dang cold in a Volkswagen. I don't know if you've ever drove one or been in one, but the car was pretty much, it didn't have no heater of any kind. So, oh man, I drove that thing back and forth, zero weather, just, it was tough. But, when you drove it, like I said, it didn't have no heat. I'd have to hold my head down and breathe, because I didn't want to get, if my breath ever, any warm air ever got near the it'd fog up, couldn't see. But I didn't have too far to go to work. It was okay. But I wanted my wife and the kids to have, a good car that had heat. So that was my work car. Let me set like this a little bit. So, yeah, that was my work car, and I drove it pretty good while, a couple of 2 or 3 years, I guess. But that car tried to kill me 2 or 3 times. And I had a problem with that car going through clutch cables. I carried an extra clutch cable, maybe 2, somewhere in the car, like in the glove box or something, or somewhere in the trunk, because my clutch cable would break all the time. Randomly, my lights would work. Like my tail lights. Randomly, they would work. Randomly, they'd just, they wouldn't. I couldn't figure it out. I traced everything down. When I wanted them not to work, they'd be working. I couldn't figure out the problem. So I rigged up, it had reverse lights in it, and I rigged up my reverse lights by a toggle switch. So, I thought, well, at least if somebody's behind me, they'll know that, I'm there, because I never could tell, 5 miles down the road if my taillights would be working or not. There was a short somewhere, but honestly, guys, I could not figure out where it was at. And I didn't have no money to ask anybody. So, I rigged up the reverse lights to have some kind of lights. Well, I was going down the road, and a policeman saw me, turned around, got after me, and, pulled me over. He said, "You got your reverse lights on?" I said, "Yes, sir." I said, "I'm having trouble with my lights." I said, "I don't know." I said, "I've been working on it for the longest." And I said, I've got a short somewhere. I said, sometimes, I explained to him the situation. Sometimes my lights work, sometimes they don't. But I said, in the meantime, I have my reverse lights on. He gave me a ticket. So, that was one thing kind of turned me against that Volkswagen. Okay, the other time, I was coming home from work, and in that Volkswagen, it was, I guess it's summertime. Had the windows down. Volkswagens, or mine, didn't go very fast. 40, 50 maybe, if you're going down a hill and the wind's pushing you. But, it's just a little old 40 horse, but, it was mine. I was making payments on it, and, I had to make do with what I had. So, I was going down the road, and I was getting up to the point where it was time for me to turn to go down another road. It was a 4-lane highway. So I turned in the middle. There wasn't any cars coming. I was mashing my brakes. I didn't have no brakes. None at all. I went right beside a restaurant. Missed it by this much, hitting a brick wall. in the restaurant. The restaurant was closed, but still, it scared me to death. I mean, I freaked out. I went down an embankment, up another one, then just kind of, went back and forth. Finally stopped, and I was going to get out of the car. Y'all don't laugh at me, okay? I was a young guy, and young and dumb, but I got out of the car, and I was so scared because I thought I was going to hit that building. But I got out of the car, and my legs were so weak they wouldn't hold me. That's how scared I was. I just went to my knees, and scared me to death. Finally got the car home, though, and, after I calmed down a little bit, just kind of inched it along there a little bit. I wasn't far from home anyway. So that was one time that car tried to kill me. And I think it was trying to get me to stare toward the brick wall. Okay, the other time was I had been up in the mountains riding around with my wife at the time. We were just up there, riding around up through there. I mean, crooks and crannies and all that stuff, big embankments and stuff. And we done that one afternoon, got back home, and for some reason I had to go to the store for something. I'm not really sure what the deal was, but my steering went out. The little coupling there, the kind of rubber type thing that holds the steering column, steering column to the, I guess where you can turn the wheels on the car. It just broke. So there I was. I couldn't steer. I guess I looked pretty silly because I was just spinning that steering wheel trying to trying to get it to turn. It wouldn't turn. And, the steering wheel would, but the car sure wouldn't. So I was, that scared me pretty bad. I was driving by a school going around a curve, and that's when the steering went out, when I turned it to go around the curve. Well, I went up over the curb of the schoolyard and through and down into the schoolyard, and finally got, stopped. But that was another time that car tried to kill me. And I took good care of the car, but I just don't think that car liked me very well. And I don't know, I guess I was at wit's end on that car. I was getting to the point, I just hated it. So I was out there one evening. Working on it. I was trying to work on the lights, the tail lights again. And my clutch cable went out, of course. So I was trying to get all that stuff done. I had to get it ready to go to work the next day. And I don't know if you've ever been in this situation, guys, but I just got so frustrated with that stupid car. And, I was out there, it was about dusky dark, and I was trying to get done, and, still my taillights wouldn't work. I thought I had the problem fixed. Went back to the back, no taillights. So, I just tell you guys, I kind of lost my temper, I guess. And my ex-wife come out the back door, and said, "What are you doing?" And I had opened up the driver's side door, or just shut the driver's side door, and I had my hands up and under the rocker, whatever, rocker panel, and I was trying with every muscle I had to turn that Volkswagen over. And she said, "What are you doing?" And I said, "I'm going to turn this Volkswagen upside down." I said, "I'm going to kill this car before it kills me." And she knew I was upset, so she went, wisely, she went back in the house. But, of course, I never could turn the Volkswagen over. But that's not to say that I didn't give it everything I had. Anyway, needless to say, I kept driving it. And I wound up selling it to another feller. Yeah, I wound up selling it to another feller, and I told him all the things I had fixed on it and the problems that the car had. He bought it. He wanted it, I guess, just to go in the woods riding around. It's, like I said, it's a pretty cool old car, but it just tried to kill you. And I think he got off in the woods in it, and it done something stupid. And somebody told me that he had a hammer, and he beat that car to a pulp. To a pulp. They said there wasn't a place on it that he didn't take a hammer and just beat it up. So goodbye and good riddance, what I say. Goodbye and good riddance. That thing, it's 1,000 wonders that thing didn't kill me. And I was in the middle of a creek one time, let me tell you this, and a stupid thing stalled out. I was crossing a creek. Yeah, I'm not talking about 6 foot deep creek. I'm just talking about, just going through, this much water. Not much. I don't know. Little water. No more than you'd see on, in a road or something. Anyway, the stupid thing stalled, and I thought, oh my goodness, I hate this car. But anyway, like I said, I've always thought Hitler had the last laugh. The Germans, the Hitler. And I thought he had the last laugh. He invented Volkswagens. Volkswagen means the people's car. But I think he had them programmed into hate Americans. That's just my opinion. I joke around a lot. So let me know if you enjoyed the video. I appreciate it. Thanks for watching. And, if you like this kind of stuff, let me know. I have lots of stories, I can come up with, because I've had a somewhat interesting life, I guess. So thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it. You're watching Prime Is Best. If you'd like and subscribe, I'd appreciate it. Let me know if you like story time. That's what I'm calling this stuff, story time. So lots more stuff I can tell you. So anyway, appreciate it. Y'all have a blessed day today. The Lord's in charge, and awfully, awfully good to me. Not awfully. I'm sorry. He's been very, very good to me. And I'm awful grateful to be alive with all the things that has happened. I'm glad to be alive. Hope y'all's having a blessed day too. May the Lord watch over you like he's been watching over me. God bless y'all. Catch you in the next one. See you later.